If America split apart today and every state was on its own, which ones would actually survive? Not for a week, not for a month, but long enough to build something real. We ranked all 50 states. The results will surprise you. Number 1 is not Texas. It is not California. And the state that would collapse fastest is not the one you expect. Most people have no idea how fragile their state actually is. Pennsylvania has natural gas reserves, coal, nuclear power plants, and major defense contractors. GDP over $800 billion. The Appalachian Mountains cut through the state. Natural defense on every side. But here's the weakness. Pennsylvania imports most of its food. The farms are not big enough to feed 13 million people alone. It survives, but not comfortably. And the next state does everything Pennsylvania does, but adds something Pennsylvania doesn't have. Ohio sits in America's industrial heartland. It can build military equipment from scratch. Steel, automotive, manufacturing, all still running. It grows corn, soybeans, dairy, and livestock. It can feed itself completely. Lake Erie provides fresh water, but Ohio has no ocean access and no oil. That limits how long it lasts. But there is one state that has everything Ohio has, plus oil. North Dakota produces more oil per person than any other state. It can fuel itself indefinitely. Population is only 780,000. Easy to feed, easy to defend, but it has no military infrastructure and brutal winters that make it nearly impossible to invade or supply. Small, but quietly powerful. Virginia hosts the Pentagon, the world's largest naval base at Norfolk, Langley Air Force Base, and Quantico. This is the military brain of the entire country. But Virginia imports most of its food and has limited energy production. The brain survives, but only if the body keeps feeding it. Boeing builds fighter jets here. Microsoft and Amazon run here. The Grand Coulee Dam produces massive hydroelectric power. Nuclear submarines sit at Kitsap Naval Base. But Washington imports its oil. No oil means no fuel, and no fuel means those fighter jets stay on the ground. But the next 5 states have something different. They have almost everything. Alaska is larger than Texas, California, and Montana combined. It has massive oil reserves and is completely energy independent. The terrain is so brutal and vast that invasion is nearly impossible. The only weakness, most food is imported. If supply lines cut off, Alaska starves within months. Florida is a peninsula, water on 3 sides. Any invasion must come from the ocean, the hardest possible entry point. GDP over $1.2 trillion. Major military bases everywhere. The weakness, Florida grows food, but not enough, and it has no oil. A peninsula is the perfect fortress, but only if it can eat. Nearly $4 trillion GDP, larger than most countries on Earth. California feeds the entire nation. Vegetables, fruits, nuts, dairy. The Pacific Ocean and Sierra Nevada mountains create natural walls on every side. The weakness, California needs oil. It does not produce enough of. And water is disappearing fast. Texas is the largest oil producer in America. Massive natural gas, wind, and solar. Completely energy independent. It grows cattle, cotton, grain, and vegetables. GDP over $2 trillion. Multiple Air Force bases and Fort Hood, one of the largest military bases on Earth. Texas is the closest thing to a fully independent nation already, but it is still number 2, because number 1 has something Texas doesn't. Montana is number 1, and almost nobody sees it coming. 147,000 square miles of land, population of only 1.1 million. More cattle than people, massive coal and oil reserves. Malmstrom Air Force Base controls 1/3 of all American nuclear missiles. The Rocky Mountains make it nearly impossible to invade from any direction. it can feed itself 10 times over. And here is the part nobody talks about. Montana is so large and so empty that an invading army would simply disappear into it. You cannot occupy land that has no end. The most survivable state in America is not the richest or the most powerful. It is the one that the rest of the world simply cannot hold. But here is the real answer. No state survives alone for long. Not Texas, not California, not even Montana. Modern war requires supply chains, spare parts, and reinforcements that no single state can provide alone. The real strength of America has never been any single state. It has always been all of them together. And if that blew your mind, even a little, you know what to do. Subscribe.